And here he is live. Aaron from the car. Aaron from the car.
What's going on, JD? How you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
That's all that matters.
Looking forward to doing this.
Me too. All right. So your moniker is on the radio. It's Aaron in the car. It's the company, right? What is the company?
Okay, so the company started out as a fan club of the morning show on ESPN, DiPietro and Rothenberg. Now, there were two guys, Lonnie and Josh, who had like just a group chat on Twitter and would just talk about the show, this, that, and the other thing, and they were interested in possibly starting like a fan club for the show. Then, one day, but they were kind of struggling with figuring out like a name for the group. And then one day on Mike Greenberg's show, he referred to something that DiPietro and Rothenberg were talking about in the morning, and kind of referred to it as, they were talking about this morning on DiPietro and Company. And like that was kind of like a running joke on the show, like, he didn't remember your name, Dave Rothenberg, like you're nothing, whatever. And I guess like a light bulb went off, like, it's a company. That's what we'll do. So started out with just the two of them, and it kind of grew from there. And I would call into the show before I joined the company, just like a regular caller, because I was commuting to Pennsylvania for work at the time. And I had a lot of time in the car, on my hands. So, I saw that they had a Twitter page, and, I sent them like a request to join. So I thought it'd be, a fun thing, a group chat, kind of talking about the show and like sports and like chopping it up and stuff like that. Then they sent me, a message back. Basically, they have you answer, I think, like 10 questions just about the show, just to prove like you're a listener.
Okay.
And, not to kind of like troll clown, trying to like, I don't know, give them a bad rap or whatever. And then one of the questions was like, how often you listen, how often you call in. And I'd actually told them about some of the times I've called in. They actually recognized my call. So, I got accepted into the group at that point, and now it started as like a fan club, and like now we're just like we hang out, like we're a group of friends. We have several group chats. Like there's a group chat for people who are into wrestling. There's a group chat for people like most of us who are like into the show. And then we've gotten together for outings. Like Lonnie knows a guy that like has is able to get us like Yankee tickets. So we got him at a good price. Had like a nice fun outing with the group, and we just get together for stuff. And ESPN has had, I believe, between the Jets tailgate, the K-Show anniversary, about like 4 or 5 events. So anytime ESPN puts something together, we try and like organize as a group. It's a team effort. Like, for example, for the tailgate for the Jet game, which was the first ESPN thing that I went to, Josh picked me up at my apartment. This guy, Kev, he had a whole like, whole setup for like music, and Lonnie brought stuff. So everybody like kind of pitches in to make these outings happen. Somebody brings a grill, and then at so before the Beach Bash, there was an event for DiPietro and Rothenberg, like the show itself. It was the first one that they ever had. We went to a bar in Long Island, it was in Long Island, called Publicans, and they opened up their doors at like 5 o'clock in the morning to host the show and whatever. And
really,
actually, like, and they had like over 100 people inside the bar. Like it was nuts. It was a really good turnout, and we parlayed that into a tailgate for the Mets game at Citi Field, and then obviously went into the game. But like all 4 of them were there. Dave Rothenberg, Rick DiPietro, Ray Santiago, and RJ Santilla. We call them the 4 horsemen. Those are the 4 guys on the show. Rick and Dave are like the on-air talent, and then Ray and RJ are like producers, like behind the scenes. Like they cut drops and stuff like that. They screen the calls, but they also talk on air quite a bit as well. So between the 4 of them, it's a really fun show to listen to, and it's funny how it's like just a show has like kind of brought all these people from different walks of life together, and like I met some really interesting people, and I consider them good friends now. So I think it's a pretty cool thing.
So let me ask you, and the hat you're wearing you had hats and shirts made, because I saw it at
we did. Yeah, so at the Beach Bash, so this is one of the hats we had made.
Yes.
President Josh actually has a guy who makes like all the shirts and all the jerseys and the hats and stuff like that. And then he'll float it out to the group chat. Hey, you guys interested in purchasing one of these? Let me know. Send me a Venmo, whatever. I think ultimately he wants to get a link of some sort, so you can kind of branch it out to like more people. But yeah, we have fun with it. They're a fun group of people to hang out with, and yeah, it's been a fun. Oh gosh, I think like a year and a half, 2 years about.
Oh, so it's been that long.
Yeah.
And what's your next? You'll do something for the Jets season. Do you go to a game every season, basically?
So we went to one last season. That was like an ESPN event. We'll occasionally, like, if it's in the cards, we'll try and like organize stuff like outside of ESPN, just like as a group to hang out. Like we went to, we actually got a suite at the Yankee game, the opening weekend. It was like about 30 of us, hung out in the suite. Actually, oh my gosh, Jim Leyritz actually came into the suite.
Really?
Shook hands with him and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we just do fun things together. I think the next ESPN thing, I don't think they have something official as of yet. I think there's a rumor going around that the next DiPietro Rothenberg outing is going to happen at some point during the football season, possibly for Jets Giants. But we'll wait and see. And then if that ends up being a thing, then we'll put plans in motion. Everybody will do their part, and we'll make a fun day out of it.
Now, your schedule's changed now, so you don't get to listen to you can't call in right now to the show with you. I guess with days off.
So I'm not at the Pennsylvania account anymore. I was working from 8 to 6, and when I was making the commute out there, now their show runs from 6 to 10, so I had a nice like little 2-hour window I would be able